Okay, so once you start to get into collecting your data, you'll start to get to a point where you can start to assess it. And the important things to pick up on through your discovery are things like the state of play with the downstream system. So understand the functionality of this system, understand the kind of data that it actually puts out through its interfaces currently, and also try and understand the state of its development. So it could be that it's currently being developed, which could be an issue and present some challenges. It could be that there are additional businesses going to be put through this downstream system. So it's definitely worthwhile trying to find out, if you can, all those kind of things, because they will influence the integrations. Okay, so what I've added here is an extra layer for the middleware, and as part of the requirements, we need to understand how the middleware will behave. So we've still got Universe as one of the core systems. That's still going to be around for a number of years. So what we need to understand is the kind of data that's coming out of downstream systems, and try and understand any translations and splitting that'll be going on. So translations, and splitting. Okay, so we know M3 needs data presented to it in certain formats and certain ways, and it could be that it won't come straight out the downstream systems and present itself in the required way to M3. So we may need to do some translations around stuff like cost centers, cost accounts from a finance point of view, maybe supplier IDs, maybe product IDs, etc, etc. These are all types of reference data. So it could be a case of the data coming out the downstream system, going into the middleware, and then going in, there's a translation table to take old for new and update it with a new reference, then put it into M3. From a splitting point of view, what we need to bear in mind is that when we go live through the transition, it may be that we have BSS on M3, but the rest of the businesses will still continue on Universe. But if the data comes through the downstream system as one pipe, currently, we will need to try and work out how we split that data out to the separate systems, i.e. M3 and Universe. So that might be a case of identifying a particular reference, i.e. a cost center, for example, that enables us to say, okay, where does this row of data belong? Does it belong to Universe or M3? And from a requirements point of view, I've been spelling that out in the document. But it's definitely worthwhile getting your head round how that all plays out.